Well, I have lost 85 pounds. It's been a little bit less than 2 years, and I've been on a program called Trim Healthy Mama, but I wanted to talk to you today about the 5 top items that I keep in my pantry to lose weight. So let me go over what they are. Some of them are things you probably have on hand. Some of them you might not have tried. I actually hadn't tried a couple of them, and they have been lifesavers when I'm really hungry. So let me talk to you about what they are. So number 1 on my list is Kodiak power cakes. Now, these are absolutely delicious. I make them into a waffle. I actually do a Belgian waffle. I mix the pancake mix along with, instead of doing milk or water, I use the same amount of egg whites, just regular egg whites in the carton, and it gives me a really high protein count. You get 15 grams of protein from these Kodiak power cakes, and from the egg whites you get additional protein, so you are having a really good protein, either a meal or a snack or what have you. So if you haven't tried these, they are really, really delicious. Now, I don't put any kind of syrup or butter or anything like that on it. Instead, I take some kind of berries, whether it's blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, whatever, and I put about 1/3 of a cup of them in a pan with a small amount of water, maybe 1 tablespoon, maybe 2, and I just cook it down, mash it with a potato masher, and I have my own sauce that I put over this, and they are so good. So give these Kodiak power cakes a try if you haven't tried them. The second thing on my list, number 2, is something I had never tried before I had gone on this diet. So this is something called a Wasa crisp bread. Now this one's in sourdough. I've also tried it in rye. These are really, really good. They're basically like a very large cracker, and on Trim Healthy Mama, you can have 2 of these a day. So sometimes I put cream cheese on them, sometimes I put a tablespoon of peanut butter. Most of the time I just eat them plain, and it feels good to be having something that's like a carbohydrate. And listen to this, you want me to tell you the calories in this one cracker? 35 calories. That's it, 35 calories. So if you have 2 of these crackers, you're looking at, basically 70 calories. And the carbohydrates are 9 carbohydrates with 2 grams of fiber, so they're only 7 net carbs. These are a great option. 0 fat, they are really, really good. And all the different flavors, I think they have multigrain, sourdough, rye. I think there's 4 different kinds, but I've tried the 2. I'm gonna try the multigrain next time, but this is my favorite. I really like the sourdough. So number 3 on my list, I'm gonna put 3 things up, but the main thing I wanted to show you was a canned meat. Now, not everybody is gonna be open to this. Some people want, fresh meat, grilled meat, all that kind of stuff. But if you don't have something thought out, if you don't have something prepared, you know what? Canned chicken breast, tuna, smoked salmon, all of these are good options. Now this Fishwife is one of my favorites. It's kind of expensive, but I'm not kidding, it's worth it. I love the smoked salmon. I also love the smoked rainbow trout. It is my favorite. And it's great. You can take one of these, add a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of seasonings, and you have yourself a really nice lunch on one of these crisp breads. We're talking low calories, really delicious. So give those a try. If you haven't tried any of the canned meats, maybe now's the time. Now the next item that I have on my list is something I'm sure most of you have in your cupboards, and that is beans. You can add beans to a salad, and you know what? It is gonna fill you up. Not only do they have protein, they're really high in fiber, they're really good and nutritious, they're very good for you. And I'll tell you what, if you team them up with your favorite rice, it's gonna be a complete protein. So there you go. I love to put beans on salads. I love bowls with beans and rice. You think of how Chipotle puts together their bowl. I mean, they start with rice and beans, and then they start topping it with meats and vegetables and salsas. This is a great option. It will fill you up, and it's really, really healthy. Last on my list, we're going to talk dessert. Now, I've done a couple of videos on different ways to eat Jell-O, but I love Jell-O. I have it almost every night, and there's a couple ways I'm not kidding. There's probably 10 ways that I have Jell-O, but my favorite way to have it is really, I make it up in a container. Let me show you, because I actually have some in my refrigerator right now. Now, I use the sugar-free Jell-O. I make one or two of these up a week, and these are fantastic. I take a couple of scoops of Jell-O. I'll either add cottage cheese, some sugar-free Cool Whip. You know, you can actually take yogurt, a plain non-fat Greek yogurt, and mix it up with your Jell-O. I think I have a video on that. It's really, really good. If I do, I'll link it above. And it makes just a really delicious treat. You put a little whipped cream on it, and you think that you've had something really, really special. But if you haven't had Jell-O lately, another way I like to serve it is really, I like it every way. I love Jell-O, and there's so many flavors you can have. But I love it with Cool Whip. I love it with cottage cheese. I love it with yogurt. I love it with fresh fruit. The list goes on. And I like to make my dinner, and a lot of times I'll put a separate little bowl of Jell-O with one of the items I just talked about. And you know what? It really finishes dinner off. It's really good, and it's like a nice treat. It's kind of sweet and just gives you a really good feeling like you really had some dessert. So those are my top 5 pantry items that have helped me to lose weight. Of course, I follow my plan, and I'm very I'm very strict about my program, but I really do try to look at the different macros, the calories, the carbs, the fiber, the fat. I look at all of that, and if I can figure it out and still stay on Trim Healthy Mama, I do, because my goal is to do this long term, not just to lose my weight. And you know, I'm on track now to probably within the next few months, maybe the next 6 months, being at my healthy weight. This for me has been a long journey, but it's been a lot easier by having these different products that have helped to make the journey easier. So if you haven't tried them, maybe give some of these things a try. I'm going to link them below just so you know what they are. And I hope that your diet program, whatever it is going well. If you're not on a diet program and you're just looking for ideas of things that'll help you maintain, these might be some options as well. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like or a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.